Hey guys, welcome to my review of the ENACFIRE E20 truly wireless Bluetooth pair of earphones. I had previously done the unboxing video. If you guys are interested, as usual, I'll put the link at the end of this video and also in the description box down below. So at this point, I have tested quite a few of these truly wireless pair of Bluetooth earphones, including the Apple AirPods and also the predecessor to this particular model, the E19s. So I have a pretty good sense of what you can expect at this price range and what these truly wireless earphones are actually capable of. So starting off with the build quality and the design, let's talk about the earbuds themselves, which are quite a bit bigger than the predecessor, the E19s, which you can see here. They were also kind of uni-size, so you could use them both in your left or right ear. It was exactly the same design, but this particular one, the E20s, now have designated left and right. So if you put it in the wrong slot in this charging case, then it's not going to fit properly. So it's a good or bad thing. I think it's a little bit more tailored towards the ear, which is definitely a welcome addition. Once again, it has a built-in microphone to pick up calls, to also speak to your voice assistant, and as before, there is a nice white button on each earpiece for you to control your device, and I'll get to that a little bit later in this video. For me, the button is really the standout feature on these earpieces because it's really easy to feel it when you're wearing it, and it also has a really nice, cool metal spun design, which I really appreciate. It makes it look a little bit more futuristic. I think the only thing I don't quite like about these earpieces is just the size of it. It's definitely a lot bigger than the predecessor, but it's definitely not as big as something like the Bose or any other bigger earphones, but I still think it's a little bit on the larger side. It's not a huge deal just because you can fit it out with several different types of ear tips to fit your ears, so it really hasn't fallen out of my ears when I've been exercising it. And then speaking of big, man, take a look at its charging case. Now this is not only meant to charge the earbuds, but you can even charge other devices at 1 amp currents. Their decision to actually include such a big battery and thus make the case triple the size of its predecessor is kind of a mixed bag feeling for me. On the positive side, you don't really have to worry about charging this thing for several months just because the battery is going to last really long. But then again, if you do use this to charge other devices, then yeah, you have to start thinking about charging this case more. But the fact that it only charges at 1 amp is a really slow draw, so you can really only charge really small devices, not so much your phone. It'll just take forever to charge up your phone or a tablet. Personally, I would rather have them design a much smaller carrying case for these earbuds, and then I can carry a separate power bank to charge up my other devices at a much higher speed if I wanted to, which is my current setup. But hey, to each its own, right? But looking past the size of this carrying case, it does function as you would expect. It charges the earbuds really nicely. The earbuds themselves last about 4 to 5 hours on a single charge, but the carrying case can allow it to recharge, I think, even 10 times just because of the large size, as long as you're not using it to charge anything else. And just like the AirPods, once you remove these earbuds out of the case, it automatically searches for a device to pair. If you remove them both at the same time, they'll first pair to each other before searching out a second unit to pair up. And once they have paired the first time, it will automatically try to pair to the last device it was connected with. And for those of you who are curious, yes, you can absolutely pair one earbud at a time if you wanted to save battery or you just wanted to have one ear open to listen to the outside environment at all times. You can definitely do that. The only thing is that you definitely lose some functionality because now you're actually able to skip tracks and reverse tracks based on the earbuds you have. So let's go ahead and just talk about the functionality of these earbuds. So single pressing on either earpieces will allow you to pick up or end calls, play and pause your music, and holding it down for a couple seconds on either of these earpieces can also summon the voice assistant on your phone, for example Siri on the iPhone. Now when it comes to the designated left and right functionality, if you double press the right earpiece, then you will be able to skip a track. If you double press the left earpiece, you will go back a track. So if you're only wearing one earbud at a time, you will only be able to skip a track. It doesn't matter if you only have the left bud in, it's just kind of the default setting. Once again, you're not able to change the volume directly from the earpieces themselves, but of course you can always summon your voice assistant to change the volume for you or simply use the physical buttons on your device. And then when you're done using them, just slip them back into the case. It will automatically disconnect from your device and the charging case will start charging it. So with all of the logistics out of the way, let's go and talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the sound quality. Now, sound-wise, it's really not too bad for the price range. Currently, it's selling for around $60 on Amazon. And for that price, the sound quality is pretty average. You can distinctively hear the highs and the lows. The mid's a little bit muddy. Not much of a soundstage altogether, but you can still hear your music pretty well. But my problem is that this particular model is $20 more expensive than its previous generation at around $40. And that one, the E19s, actually had better sound quality than this latest version, which really left me scratching my head as in why would they change the sound profile of the previous version when I had absolutely no complaints. In fact, I was applauding it for its good sound quality for its price range. So ultimately, I think these still are a pretty good pair of earbuds. It does have a lot of functionality, even more so than the Apple AirPods. It is slightly short of the sound quality than the Apple AirPods though, but for the money, it definitely still is a well-rounded package. But I think the previous generation is just much better bang for the buck. I'll put both of the product links in the description so you guys can decide yourself. But basically, if you want to have a big charging carrying case that can possibly charge your other devices and has also the separate functionality of skipping and reversing a track, then go with this latest one. If you want better sound quality, a smaller carrying case, and you can use the left or right pieces interchangeably, then go with the previous iteration, the E19s.